You can think of me as an outgoing, creative, and busy young woman who is trying to be the path in this world. Truth is, sometimes I'm just a scared little girl who can't wait to hug a dad. You can believe I'm a fearless and bold woman. I believe it myself, but sometimes I'm scared of walking home alone. You can see me and feel my strength and my determination in my eyes fighting against the prejudices, and that you shouldn't. You shouldn't, as if it was more comprehensive to use shouldn't almost in a friendly warning tone. You're a girl, so you shouldn't wear the dress, it's too provoking. You shouldn't smile that way, it's too friendly, people might think you're interested in them. You shouldn't walk home alone, ask your friends to come with you. You shouldn't go to those places at a certain time of the night, then don't come begging for help. You shouldn't see this way, you shouldn't eat that way. You shouldn't drink too much at parties and then wondering why bad things happen to you. You shouldn't go out so often, people might think your parents don't really care about you. You shouldn't wear heels in public unless you want men's attention and comments about you. We live in a world where people are so good at telling us what we shouldn't do. Instead, do you know what I should do? I should be free. I want to experience the freedom of posting my pictures without being labeled as an easy girl or begging for attention or being judged because I'm too thin or too thick. I don't care if my hips are too small or too big. I don't even mind which shape my breasts are or the size I am. I want to be free to be me. I should be fearless. I don't want to be judged based on my sexual orientation, and neither do I want to justify my choices. I can choose to stay single and have occasional partners while building my empire. I can opt for marrying the love of my life and having 5 kids together. I can even decide to marry a girl in Las Vegas and then couldn't give you the permission to say anything about it. I should be confident in walking into an office and not being surrounded by people wondering how many times I slept with my boss just to get in the place I am now. These are things I should be able to do, but most of the times I can't. I'm Elena Sofia. Some of you know me as Svetic and others call me Svent. Truth is, I'm all the 3 above. I'm 20 years old and I'm studying law. I'm not just a pretty girl, don't be surprised. Do I think my opinion is gonna change the world? No, I don't. Do I think my words will be heavier than those pronounced by other people before me? No, I don't. Do I think that being a woman, or a young woman in my case, in Italy is easy? No, I really don't. But do you know what I do think? I think that out here there are as many women as angry, determined and passionate as I am. I do think that education is important as well as information. The problem is public awareness. They say that social media are the most powerful means to spread a message. And they say that English is the key to the powerful word. I have both, but I feel like alone I don't have any power. The real power is in speaking up together. I want to ask you, is this the world we want to live in? And more importantly, is this the world we want our children to live in? Let's stop finding justifications for behaviors which just can't be justified. Is Italy a safe place for a girl to live in? No, I really don't think so. We are so get used to the phenomenon that we even have a word to describe the homicide of a woman because of being a woman. Femminicidio. The woman is an object, a property, and the owner can do whatever he wants with it. And if she's not okay with it, then she can consider herself dead. Here, a woman is killed every 3 days, and others are victims of domestic violence. But are we aware of what violence is? Violence has different aspects. It can be physical, psychological, but it can also be behavior. Physical, you feel it on your skin. Your bones hurt, and your soul starts breaking into pieces. Psychological, you don't feel it because you're deprived of your identity. It makes you believe you are wrong, not worthy to be loved. That is the only person you need in your life, and that without you could be lost. But it can also be behavior so rooted into our society and our social background that we don't even pay too much attention to it. Here are some Amnesty International data. 1 woman out of 10 who's over 15 has experienced a kind of sexual violence in EU. 1 woman out of 20 has been raped in EU. It's almost 9 million of women. 1 woman out of 5 has been victim of physical or sexual violence inflicted by her previous or current partner. It's not a compliment if you whistle when you see me. It's not a way to approach me if you scream when you want to capture my attention. It's a street harassment. It's not a nice introduction if you keep saying things like, "Hey pretty, where are you going tonight all alone? You need company? I can give you the opportunity to spend the best night of your life, you bitch." It's a catcalling. It's not a consent if I'm too drunk or too high to stop you. It's rape. It's not my fault if I decide to wear something that makes me feel pretty. Can I have the right to feel free? To feel free to be me. It's not a compliment if you make me feel insecure and uncomfortable. It's an act of molestation. If I'm the victim, you're the predator. If I wear a nice dress and you can control yourself, that is your fault, not mine. Can we stop blaming the victim? Well, in Peru, on the 5th of November 2020, a sentence proved us the contrary. The judges ruled that the victim in fact was willing or prepared for sex because of the type of knickers she had on during the alleged sex attack. Red lingerie. Girl, stop for a second and listen to me. You are desperately looking for the right person, but are you one? Are you the right version of yourself? Please, never let anyone decide for you. You know what's best for you. You know how worthy you are. Protect your daughter? No. Educate your son.